The Pro Bowl, the most fictional game in the NFL, where we honor the best and brightest professional football players with the opportunity to not play a real football game one more time this year. Where the two best teams in the league's representatives will not be in attendance. Where accidentally pretending to stub your toe can get you out of this meaningless charade. Where gap-stuffing defensive tackles and tough inside slot receivers will get absolutely no love, and where name, recognition, and reputation will get you in this game far more than any statistical anomaly or breakthrough season could possibly happen to do. Where the best team in the league will only have 2 representatives, but a team that didn't make the playoffs will get 6. In a game with no defense. So let's dig right into the true fictional Pro Bowl roster based on fictional movies that I personally have seen, not movies based on real life events, and see if we can't find some gems that can go toe to toe with any fake Pro Bowl team in the NFL this year. Let's do it! In film, there have been many great quarterbacks. Keanu Reeves taught us that pain heals, chicks dig scars, but glory lasts forever. Uncle Rico could have made it on this list through sheer arm talent alone. Back in '82, he could throw a pigskin a quarter mile, and I reckon he could even throw the ball over them there mountains over there. And if Coach would have put him in fourth quarter, they would have won state championship. A lot of things would have been different. You had some others too. Vince Vaughn, he knows what a hot route is. Randall Pink Floyd, well, he plays football his own way. And Adam Sandler, well, he's on this list at a different position, so he's not going to be the quarterback. No, the quarterback for this is going to be Dawson. Because Dawson took over when Brian O'Connor got injured. And he led his team, despite his curmudgeonly head coach not believing in him and actively trying to prevent him from getting his scholarship to Brown, to winning the district championship. Although for some reason MTV thought that was the last football game they would ever play and forgot about the playoffs. But we can look past that because Dawson was amazing. Dawson stood up for his teammates. Dawson took his teammates out for nights of fun when they needed it. Dawson had an amazing halftime speech that rallied the troops, got the old coach to leave, and they went out and they played that game for themselves, and they won the district. Now Hollywood doesn't like a story they can't use over and over and over. And that's no different with running backs in fictional football games. You see, you have Wendell Brown and Walter Cochran. Both of them blew their knees out. Walter Cochran blew his knee out while he was in the NFL, and then as a replacement, blew his knee out again in the championship. While Wendell Brown, who had to score all his touchdowns from over 30 yards because his coach didn't want to give him the ball in the red zone, and his mom had to do all his scouting for him, she got him into Grambling. Well, he blew his knee out in their district championship game. They just can't write new things. Of course, it doesn't hurt that Wendell Brown was played by Eliel Swinton, who was an actual collegiate football player at University of Stanford and was signed as an undrafted rookie free agent to the Kansas City Chiefs, though he never played in the actual NFL. It's good to have a actual football player on our fake football team. Now standing in at fullback, the great Khalil played Turley in the longest yards. At 7'1", 350 pounds, he was a man amongst boys, untackleable, and when he really got his motor going, he would take you down. In fact, the very first play of the game, he just skipped blocking the guy he was supposed to because he went after the guard who had been headhunting for him while he was in prison. That's the type of person you want as a fullback. Now at receiver, we have a nice mix. There's Clifford Franklin, who can outrun anyone, but he can't catch the ball. There's Charlie Tweeter, who can catch the ball, but his mouth gets him in trouble every once in a while and actually all the time. There's Deacon Moss, who is actually Michael Irvin, so again, It's not a bad player to have on your fake team. And then there's Marty from Not Another Teen Movie. Now, he's a scrappy young kid, but when he got his opportunity, he went over there and he grabbed that ball and he hung on for dear life as the two defenders just tore him apart. Literally, they tore him apart and the quarterback got benched later. It was a tragic situation. The whole stand just, they were in a dour mood after that. As a quick editor's note, I don't want to forget the deaf tight end Brian Murphy from The Replacements. Excellent blocker, excellent hands, sticks up for his teammates, and he knows what you're saying, even if he can't hear you. Offensive line of trenches, where games are won and lost. And this game will be no different. Our team starts on the left tackle with Jumbo Fumiko, Japanese sumo wrestler turned offensive tackle. He can block anything, block out the sun. Just make sure he stays away from eggs. It always winds up poorly. Now at guards, we have the Jackson brothers, Andre and Jamal. Both were professional guards before they got traded away from each other, fell apart, and wound up having to become bodyguards. But now, back together, they are guarding the body of the quarterback. And at center, we have everyone's favorite, Billy Bob, played by Ron Lester. And at right tackle, everyone's other favorite, Reggie Ray, also played by Ron Lester.
That's a double secret surprise!
On defense, we'll be running a 3-4. And our nose guard will be Swatowski, played by 6'5", 328-pound, former offensive lineman in the NFL and wrestler and MMA fighter Bob Sapp, the gentle giant, but when you get him going, he will destroy you, and he'll enjoy it. Flanked on one side by 6'4", 300-pound professional wrestler Goldberg, and on the other side by 6'10", 330-pound professional wrestler Kevin Nash, one of the guards in the movie Longest Yard, and one of the gentlest men out there. Just a complete nice guy. Now, the biggest problem with fictional linebackers is they tend to all play the same position. They're pretty much all Mikes or inside linebackers. But I found a little workaround for that. You see, on the edge, you want somebody who's explosive and can rush the passer. And that is a perfect place for Bobby Boucher. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Just tell him the quarterback is all about Gatorade and he will be living in their backfield. You will be causing disruption all over the place. Then you come over to one of your inside linebackers and you put Danny Red Alert Bateman in there. Oh, he's a little bit reserved, but when he's sparked, the lights come on, he goes berserk, and he will wreck that offense. And you can flank them on the other outside linebacker with Bill Romanowski, who played one of the guards in The Longest Yard, and on the inside by Brian Bosworth, who played another guard on The Longest Yard. And Brian Bosworth was an excellent football player, except for when he was in the NFL. And he's an excellent actor when he is playing Brian Bosworth in a movie. But you got 4 linebackers who just really want to tear someone's head off, and probably, aside from Adam Sandler, have all done steroids. Defensive backs. For a position group of divas, there sure aren't a lot of them in Hollywood, but I think I'll be able to make do. Now I'm going to start off with our lockdown corner, Earl Wilkinson, aka Ray Smith. Sure, he's a convicted felon, but on permission of the governor of Maryland, he has been allowed to play. He's fast, he's physical, he likes to hit, and if you lob a little soft pass up there, he's definitely going to come down with it. Excellent player to have on your lockdown side. Now for free safety, it's going to be guard Papa John. Yes, that is his real name in real life, Papa John. He actually was a baseball player at Louisiana State, but in the movie Longest Yard, he was a prison guard named Papa John. He had an interception in the movie, was also the kick returner for the guards team. Excellent dual threat. Put him back at the free safety, manning the center field, you'll be fine. Now going to strong safety, Had to reach a little bit low, scrape a little bit of the bottom of the barrel finding someone, but I think I found the perfect one. He only showed up a couple times playing football, but I think we can all agree that Sack Lodge, football and crab cakes, that's what Maryland does, is an excellent strong safety box type hitter, loves to blitz, but he can cover, and he loves to hit people. He relishes the thought of it, but he's tall, rangy, and fast. For the final position, our other corner, I had to cheat a little bit, call a little bit of an audible. He was actually an offensive player in the movie, but his speed and ability to run makes him a perfect cornerback. That's right. Forrest Gump. Now this group of the kicking game truly is special. You have the drunken kicker, Nigel Gruff, who you can rely on at least 48% of the time, and that feels better than a lot of your own kickers now, doesn't it? Be honest out there. Then you got punter, Derek Wallace, who used Bobby Boucher's visualize the enemy tactic so well, he became an outstanding punter and kickoff man. And then for the kickoff and punt returns, well, I didn't put him in at running back, but I am putting him here. You got Nelly. Batter up. Man's an athlete. It's the Fonz. Hey. So there's the roster. Now let's go play the next 24 minutes for the next 24 minutes. We can't be afraid to lose. But if we go out there and give it everything, that's heroic.